Action. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Thursday Thoughts. We felt we should have a change of scenery, as in the best sporting event of the entire year, in my opinion. No one loves making a bracket more than the Kiddo Gwyn. It's March Madness. I am speechless that it's here.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a big day. I think it's just it's just about that time. I win again. That's just how the cards fall. Normally.
Whatever. But yeah, it's March Madness. Finally, I've waited my entire year for this. This is probably if I could have March Madness twice, I'd take Christmas out.
This is Christmas.
This is Christmas.
This is Christmas for the
I
average.
completely agree. So yeah, before we get into the madness that is March, let's start with the first crazy thing that happened this March with Bam Adebayo and his 83-point game.
Yeah.
Huge game. If Bam can do it, you can do anything.
That's exactly right. Have you seen the it's like new lingo. It's like Bam put up 83. It's like, oh, I can't get that girl.
Yeah.
She's way out of my league. Bam put up 83.
Where there was like, oh, Bam put up 83 though, and it cuts to like them picking Sienna over Duke in the first round.
I've seen some
that's
where
gonna happen.
people when they shoot shots, instead of saying like Kobe or whatever, they say Bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
He's really changed modern culture.
Yeah.
I think with just simply one
ridiculous
night.
game.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's crazy that people are like, oh, that's such an unethical game.
Yeah.
Because the thing is,
Watch the game.
he shot less free throws than Kobe did in his 81-point game.
Really?
Like total, he shot like 3 less, but he made more. He hit 36 and Kobe hit 28.
I don't know about. I'm not all caught up with Kobe's fouls, but I know the fouls that Bam got. If you watched them, they were ethical fouls. They weren't like flops. There was like a couple that were kind of iffy, but for the most part, they were like. They were fouls. He played in the paint and they fouled him.
Yeah, there was maybe like I watched a video on TikTok that was all the fouls, and it's like probably the first 2, maybe 3 fouls, were kind of Shea Gilgeous-like.
Yeah.
But the other ones were like that. It was hack a Bam in there.
Yeah.
And I think everybody gets those like fouls like that, those like Shea fouls. It just comes to attention when they do something like big. Like the problem with Shea is he does them all the time. Like that's just what you watch. In OKC, that's just what they do. Like Bam, he was getting hacked. He went to the paint and they hacked him, and he just played an 83-point game. Like he just had a really good game.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think it was probably a better game than Kobe's, not just because he scored more points, but like also, it's kind of hard for me to say that just because they won by like 40.
They're playing like the worst team in the NBA, but people are gonna hate.
83 is 83.
83 points, 83 points.
You still got to get the ball to go through the basket a lot of
You
times
still
to get
gotta
83.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just straight layups. He made like what, 7 threes?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Seven out of
It's like a
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30. 33% from a 4. That's not bad.
Yeah,
On big volume.
And he's the one that has to show out, like, because there's nobody else on that team.
Yeah.
After they
Does he
got
have
rid
Tyler
of Jimmy,
Hero?
Hero's hurt.
yeah, he's hurt.
He's
right
hurt.
now.
Okay,
it's
so it
just
literally
him.
just is him.
He's just been carrying the team the whole time.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's crazy that a guy who barely averages, or maybe not even averages 20 points, just put up the second biggest scoring night ever.
Yeah.
It could be the first. Do we know that will?
Second, allegedly.
Yeah.
I can hold up a sign that says 102. That don't mean that I score
Yeah.
100. Maddox, you got that NFL jersey in your closet upstairs. That don't mean you played in the NFL.
Never know.
If you hold up the jersey, that don't mean that you played the games all the
I
time.
got basketball shoes on me to play basketball.
Nah, I be playing basketball.
No, he plays
Oh
basketball.
my gosh.
It's just not good.
Yeah, we're gonna put the edit up there that Keelan and Cherry made. But yeah,
That was not a good showing, just to preface that.
Act like nuclear.
The shot's better.
some
now.
crazy pictures and crazy shots were taken.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Just messing around, nothing serious. Gotta tone it down for the people I'm playing. I played to the skill of my opponents.
You're Planet Fitness MVP.
Planet Fitness MVP.
Yeah. But anyway, the 83 points is 83 points, like y'all said. Like, it's hard to discredit a guy who puts up that many points in just one night, regardless of if they won by 50 or if they lost the game. Like,
I think that you can.
go ahead.
I think that shows how good they are too. Like, cause he's not like a big scorer. He's not a big 3-point shooter. Like, he's more of a he's a 4. but he was able to go off for that much. I think that just shows like if they like how good they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like,
completely
if
agree.
you gave us those minutes and you gave us like very good, if we were on par with all them, like even in like student versus teacher, I don't think we could have had 83 in that amount of time.
I don't think we could either. Not if you play that long of a game.
Yeah.
We put up, what, like 40 something?
Yeah.
I think that was our highest.
And that was
Yeah.
and that was 12 minutes. We would have had 80 points total. Like
Yeah.
if we had played a full NBA game. And
Yeah.
Bam had 83 on his own.
Yeah,
I think that just shows
Yeah,
you.
that is pretty nuts.
Wow.
And also, like, I'm kind of backtracking here about it being a better game than Kobe's, just because however many points Kobe had, they needed that amount of points. There was nobody else that was scoring the ball in the crunch time, and it kind of goes back to like Devin Booker when he has his 70-point game.
Dude, Devin Booker went off that.
Yeah, but like they lost the game by like 10.
Yeah.
So like he had to keep going to get those points. So like with Bam, it's kind of hard to say that they needed those points because they were up by so much.
And I see a clip at the end of the game. They were intentionally fouling the other team to like give him the ball. Like play basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Come
is
on.
true.
And,
I know
but
you're
you got to
trying to break
think
the
though,
record, but-
if you're there at the record, shoot,
Yeah.
I'd probably try and break it
That's
too.
true.
But I get where you're coming from.
It's easy
'cause
for me to say that.
Yeah.
And not be in the position to break the record. And
Yeah.
have the,
I think like in your scenario, if you had the opportunity to break our school's like single game scoring record, would you want them to foul a
Yeah,
little
like
bit?
if you were there, I'm sure you're like
Yeah.
pushing to get
like,
that.
hey, like, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you got to think
exactly.
the guy who came before, which in this case it's Kobe, but like some of the people before them, they might have had a little extra trying
That's
to get
true.
there.
Yeah. But yeah, regardless, great game by Bam.
Can't say it's a
alum.
bad game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cherry's repping Kentucky right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cover up the sides.
They do.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Can't spell Duke without UK.
But anyway, going into March Madness,
We're
Duke
living
and
in
UK,
2012.
we have March Madness coming up. So let's who wants to go first on their Elite Eight?
I can go first because
All
I
You
don't
go
know.
first.
We'll go this
All right,
way.
let's hear
We'll
it.
save the best for
Are we doing
last.
Elite Eight or the?
Elite Eight. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Go. So
So here. Oh, right here.
this one right here.
Okay,
Should be
so my
8 teams.
my Elite Eight is my Elite Eight is Arizona, Arkansas, BYU, Purdue. Shoot.
No. Right here.
Oh shoot. My bad. I got
No,
screwed.
you got that one right.
Yep. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Arizona, Purdue, Michigan, and Iowa State.
Okay.
And then we got Florida, Illinois, and then we got Duke and UConn.
What was your first one? Go back.
You had Arizona and Gonzaga. Or, no, Arizona.
Arizona and Purdue.
He's got 1 and 2 seeds.
Yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Last year.
That's what happened last
That
year.
is what happened last year, yeah.
Like I was thinking about going through and doing that, and I kind of it feels like a cheap way, but that's what happened last year. It was 4 1 seeds in the Final
Like,
Four.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the one seeds, like the past couple years have just been so like
Yeah.
dominant, like in the regular season, like it's so hard to pick against them.
No,
Yeah.
but
And
not
I might-
last year, but the year before that, NC State just
Yeah.
went in their way with the
Duke
playing
was like
game.
a 3 seed that year, or no?
I thought they were a 1 seed.
Duke
Or I
was I
thought
think Duke was a 1 seed.
And
that
in-
year.
and yeah, and NC State
was like a 9 or a,
came in and upset them.
Yeah,
DJ Burns.
upset them in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
But
it's,
yeah.
it's talking to me to
It's-
switch this to Houston too. Have Houston instead of Iowa.
Oh
Or
wait,
instead of
no, that's a
Illinois.
1 and 3. Never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I picked Houston. Houston's in my championship.
I know. I really like Houston. It's kind of I'm looking at film. I'm kind of thinking about it.
I think
switch it.
I think Houston's out for blood this year.
I think they are too. I really think.
I think they
Same thing with
really.
Duke though. I think Duke's,
I guess yeah, but you also have a
boy's
couple.
coming.
You also have a couple injuries.
Yeah, we got a couple injuries. We got Caleb Foster out.
Whoa.
Good thing those aren't.
Cause
real.
your phone.
We almost had an injury myself.
Yeah, good thing these are just for
I
show.
had an injury myself.
Yeah, yeah. These are for show.
Don't try this at home. What I was saying. Yeah, Caleb Foster's injured. Pat McGugan injured. They both started, but Caden Booster's playing well.
He's kind of stepped up.
We won the ACC without them, which is not saying much. But like Virginia was ranked number 10 in the nation, like at the time when we beat them in the championship game.
Mhm.
So I mean, they're a good team, but I mean, us having a 7-man rotation, you got to win what 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 games.
Yeah, 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 games.
Yeah, but and I completely agree. It's probably the most logical thing in recent years to pick the 1 and 2 seeds for your Elite Eight and pick all the 1 seeds for your Final Four. But I'm still not going to do it just because I don't want that to happen.
Me either.
Like, I don't want to pick that and then
I'm
it
playing to
happen.
win.
I would rather pick just like only like maybe 2 or 3 1 seeds make it to the Elite Eight. And
I
then,
can't do 2
and
or
then
3.
it not happen at all. Then me pick the 1 and 2 seeds for every game that comes to the Elite Eight, and it happen. Like, I don't want to get those right if it's 1 and 2
Yeah.
seeds.
I wish there was like a 15 seed in the Final Four.
Oh yeah,
That'd be awesome.
That would be sick.
Huge
The
Cinderella
thing
team.
about the bracket is like you want to make like this hot take and like you want people to believe you about this hot take, but then when they don't believe you and it happens, that's when it feels good.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
like that is one of the best
If you-
feelings in the
if
world.
you
That's why I
pick the
pick a lot
secure
of
bets,
the upsets that I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
If you pick the secure bets and you're right, it's you're right
Nobody-
because the
yeah.
secure bets.
Yeah.
But if you like throw some out there, and you get it right, then it's like I knew
Oh, yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't know anything, you just like guessed right. You made
Yeah.
the right prediction. You're like, I knew this. I've been telling y'all forever. That's how I felt like with UConn.
Whatever. This guy won like 3 years ago and it still talks about it.
Did you win? Yeah.
When they were like,
When they had Donovan Clingan.
yeah, when they hadn't lost a game in like
It was
30
like
years.
the most obvious pick.
Like, bro, UConn was. I think of the past 10 years, they were the most obvious pick to win the
Yeah.
championship.
No, 100%.
In that year, yeah. When they went back to back.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
like nobody picked anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
I
made
actually,
one for Duke just because like
I actually don't think I picked UConn that year.
If-
I don't remember who I picked.
was did you pick
I
Purdue?
don't think many of y'all had
No
UConn
way.
because
I'd never bet on Zach Edey. I would
Bro.
never bet on Zach
I'm
Edey.
telling you,
I don't
Purdue is
like
such
Zach
a hard
Edey.
pick for me every year.
What?
Picking Purdue.
Oh yeah,
Solid.
because they could either like they did the year that NC State upset y'all.
Yeah.
They could either go all the way to the championship or they can lose first round. It's
Same with
it's one or
Kentucky,
the other.
except they're not gonna make it all the way to the
Yeah.
championship. But like
Yeah.
they can lose first round and they can make a run.
Or they can go to the second round.
Yeah.
All right, Max, who you guys? Sweet 16 or Sweet 16, Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. So mine has been just a living Elite Eight. I've changed it so many times,
Okay.
and I've told you about it.
Yeah.
So in the first, I don't know what is that, the top left side of the bracket. Let me see
The
what that
East
is.
region?
Yeah, the East region.
Okay.
I have Kansas and Louisville,
Okay.
and I say Kansas over Duke. Not because I don't like Duke. It's a little bit because I don't like Duke. But
don't like Duke,
But
bro.
but that's not the full reason.
Yeah.
It's that Kansas beat y'all. I mean, earlier in the season, and with the injuries that y'all have coming
They did.
into this, I could have swore they did. Who did?
Duke won. Duke beat them. it was the same night that y'all lost to Michigan State. We beat Kansas. Our 2 losses are to Texas Tech
That
and
okay.
North Carolina.
Okay. Well, listen. Still,
But it was a close game.
That's okay. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
anyway.
It was still
Yeah.
a close game, and I think Kansas is a lot better team than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
I know. We argued with Keelan about Darren Peterson,
Yeah.
but that was a little bit of jokes.
Darren Peterson didn't make the All-American team. First, second, or third.
And that's why I think he's out. He's out for it. I think he could have a great run. Them in the 4 seed spot, I think it gives
Yeah.
them a little bit of an edge because they don't have to play like, crazy good people like being a lower seed,
Yeah.
but they're also like in a good position where they play good competition and play well as a team. That I think they can make it out. Like they play Cal Baptist. If they win, they're going to play St. John's or Northern Iowa, which both teams are.
Both teams, but I think St. John's really weak to be. at 5
Me
seed.
too, to
They're
be honest.
spotty.
I
They're a
mean,
weak 5 seed.
yeah, and then if they win that, they go to Duke in the next round, and which I think they upset Duke. I think they're a better team than a lot of people give them credit for.
Yeah.
And then I have Louisville there, and this
They are a
lies.
good offensive team.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
My Louisville pick lies solely on the fact if Mikael Brown Jr. comes back. One guy determines if I take them out of my Elite Eight and get them as a first round exit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard for me to be able to pick that just because he changes that team so much. They're a good team for sure. They have stars, but with him, they are just a different animal.
Yeah, they're
Like-
solid with him.
At the beginning of the year, they were so good, and I was like, yo, they're going to win the Natty. But then when he kind of tweaked his back, he couldn't play a lot. It was
Yeah.
hard for me to be able to say that, they're going to make a run. But them as a 6 seed, I think they're a sleeper pick.
Yeah, I think 6 seed is. I think it's a good spot for them, but I just don't know. I think that them playing Michigan State in that second round is almost like.
It's going to be a
I've
good
gotta
test.
go Michigan
Personally,
State.
I
Yeah.
think their ceiling is 1 game, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they can't win 2 games and make it to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I believe
They
that.
definitely can.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's very possible that they could.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's not going to be a challenge. South Florida's a good team. Michigan State is obviously a great team.
Yeah.
So and then if they win that, they play what, UCLA,
Florida,
UConn, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably who's going to make it out of there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough for them to get there.
I just
but
don't think they can. Once they get there, I think that's where they stop. I don't see them getting any further.
I don't know. That's what I have them losing the Elite Eight. And
That's what I have.
losing
I have
in
them
the
losing.
Elite Eight. But
I have them losing earlier, but
yeah,
I see
so
where you're coming from.
I think it'll be interesting to see.
I
And
think they've got South Florida though.
I think they do too. I think they win that game, even though you think they lose.
I'll see in a second.
Next, I have Florida and Houston in the South, which, I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it
Vanderbilt could upset Florida, but that's the only thing that's kind of questionable for me. I think Houston is going to go on a tear.
Houston, I mean, here's Houston's competition. Illinois is arguably one of the most inconsistent teams in college basketball. They get beat by UCLA, a terrible UCLA team, before they started balling out.
They play Idaho first round, and then play the winner of St. Mary, Texas A&M, and then they go play Illinois or North Carolina,
I mean,
and then they play Florida.
Yeah.
Another rematch if they win that, probably, or Vandy.
yeah.
I guess. I mean, it kind of goes into that.
could
But
be.
yeah, I got Florida and Houston. In the, what is this up here? The West, I got Zona and Zaga.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that's somewhat of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think no one has faith in Purdue.
Okay.
Like, I think Purdue's a great team,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but I don't think a lot of people have faith in them just because of the upsets in the past.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when teams get upset by 16 seeds.
I mean, number one overall seed.
Yeah.
They were number one overall seed that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were the whole thing. Like, they
number
were
one overall seed
so-called the best team, and then
Yeah.
they get upset.
Yeah.
But I watched that game.
by FDU.
Yeah.
I mean,
Farley Dickinson.
Farley Dickinson.
Yeah. But I did switch this up a little bit too because I had Miami going to my Elite Eight. But I think that they probably stall out around if they play BYU or Gonzaga. But I think Gonzaga is going to go on a little bit of a run. I think they're just a March team.
They're solid.
And then I got Michigan and Virginia in the Midwest.
I like Virginia. Virginia's good.
So I mean, they really proved something to me in
They
that
play good
ACC
against Duke.
championship.
They
Yeah,
really good
they got some. They have a great, bigs, paint defenders, and all that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like them a lot.
Yeah. Okay, my Elite Eight is Duke, of course, and then we got them facing off against Michigan State in the East region. Some people could say UConn. I actually got UConn getting upset by UCLA in the second round just because UCLA has good guard play. They're experienced. Not saying UConn's not, but I think UConn's really streaky. The thing that scares me about UConn is they beat St. John's by 30 and they turn around and lose by 10 or 15, like in the Big East tournament.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand how you get a team by 30 and then turn around and lose to them by double digits. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
yeah, and I think like them being so good in the past, they're bound to be not that good
Yeah.
as of recent.
You say that they like win the chip.
Yeah, they win the whole
This
thing.
might
Yeah.
age
This could age terribly.
I mean-
I got something to say after you.
Yeah,
after
we
you're
have
done
some.
with
We
this.
have something
Yeah,
to
we got
age
something
really
to share.
bad.
In the South region, I got Vandy and Houston. I chose Vandy over Florida because Vanderbilt just, I mean, honestly, they just had their way with Florida. SEC tournament. Like,
Yeah.
really. They led by 10 points the whole game. Tyler Tanner put on a freaking masterclass. Like, one of the best point guards in the country.
I think that game could go either way.
Yeah.
Vandy
I mean,
or
that's
Florida.
tough.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
and
Florida
I think
could bounce back.
They could.
That's what I'm thinking
They could.
because I don't think Vandy's that good in bounce back games.
True.
Like they blow out Kentucky by
Yeah.
30 or 35 or
they
whatever,
lost.
and then lose by 20.
Yeah.
So like I think they probably go into these games with the same game plan just about every time,
Probably so.
and then the other team obviously changes theirs,
Yeah.
and then they don't play great.
Yep, and then I got Houston, no explanation really there. And then the West, I got Arizona, but I'm also going to bet on Purdue this year. I watched them play Michigan in the Big Ten Championship on Sunday, and they surprised me. They played well. I mean, I watched probably the last 15 minutes, and they controlled the whole game. They weren't up by a lot, but when you watch a game, you can take the score away. You just watch, and you can tell who that's controlling it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, Braden Smith was getting downhill, kicking it out.
Braden
Pocket
Smith is
passes.
raw. Yeah,
I
I'd bet
mean,
on him.
Like,
In
I
March.
think it's their year to go for it. I have them beating Gonzaga in the round before. I also think about picking BYU over Gonzaga, but
Yeah.
I took BYU over.
Really?
I feel
Gonzaga.
good
I
about
don't hate
BYU too.
that.
I took that, and I took Purdue taking out BYU. I think I think they beat Purdue, and then I think they lose to Purdue.
I don't hate that. But Midwest, I've got Michigan and Iowa State. Iowa State is my sleeper team. I love Iowa State. I got them in my Final Four. Max is not a fan.
I just don't know much about Iowa
I have
State.
Michigan and Iowa State as well.
Let me tell you what you know about Iowa State. 50% 3-point shooter in Momcilovic.
50%?
50%, 49.6. Tied for most threes made this year, 127. They don't turn the ball over. Playing defense. Playing the toughest.
They don't turn the ball over. I think a lot of teams don't turn the ball over.
Vanderbilt is not turning the ball over too. That's why I gave them.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt had like 3 turnovers when they played Florida, I believe.
Yeah.
Might have been a different game.
Who do you got playing Iowa State in the round before? I have them playing Virginia and winning.
Virginia.
That's what I have.
Virginia's good.
I have them playing Virginia and lose or winning, so I have Michigan and Iowa
I think
State.
once you get to the Sweet 16, it's really a toss-up.
Yeah.
Because the teams that are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Like you can have Cinderella, fake Cinderella that wins first and second game. Like wow.
Yeah, and then like, oh yeah, they're gonna go on a run. But then you get to those really good teams who just mop the floor with them. Yeah.
I mean, they if they just have if their good player has a bad day, their tournament's over. Like those teams are too good for like little stuff like that. That makes a big difference in the game.
Yeah. How far did St. Peter's go that year? They beat Kentucky and then Murray State. Did they stop?
I think they lost Sweet 16.
For some reason I think they went to the Elite Eight.
They might have.
Let me
they
look
didn't
it
make
up.
Final Four.
Yeah.
But
That would be crazy.
Didn't
Cinderella,
Loyola Chicago went Final
they went Elite
Four?
8 or Final Four.
Let me look up. Who were we just talking about? St. Peter's.
But I do have South Florida over Louisville just because I like South Florida. They play well. Not many people know about them. But the coach is actually from, I believe it's like Pennsylvania or wherever they're.
For what team?
South Florida.
Oh.
It's wherever they're playing. And his dad has dementia, and he's never been able to come watch a game.
Yeah, St. Peter's went to the Elite Eight.
Did they?
That is pretty crazy. I have heard about that.
Yeah, the dad's coming to the game. I mean, I'll be dadgum if South Florida don't win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to do everything they can. And I think it's those teams like that you don't know much about, but they're still pretty big name schools. Like South Florida is a pretty big name school. That can really just do damage to these teams who are not as consistent or questionable with injuries like Louisville is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he doesn't come back, I could see that upset happen.
That's my biggest thing. Like I'm playing with fire by picking Louisville, but going so far because Louisville is a star-studded team when you have Mikael Brown. But then you take out Mikael Brown and they're just as good as anybody in this area.
Every team needs somebody who can, all right, you can go score at all 3 levels, and then you need shooters and other people who can be a second option. And without Mikael Brown, Louisville doesn't have a person who can go score at all 3 levels.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like the team is better with him.
Yeah.
Like the team, they go from, kind of not mediocre, but like good. And then they get him and they just go to great.
Yeah,
they're like Duke level and Arizona. Yeah. Like they're that good when they're playing together and that good. So it's hard for me to pick them. Like I need to know that Mikael Brown Jr. is playing. Yeah. And if he plays, I'll pick him.
If he plays, they'll be good.
Yeah. I picked High Point over Wisconsin. I don't know much about Wisconsin. I don't want to disrespect nobody here if they go and win a couple games, but High Point's got a guy who's shooting 64 of 132 from 3. Kind of reminds me of Jack Golke.
Yeah. I've High Point taking that as well.
I don't mind picking High Point.
Jack Golke is a fighting word.
Jack Golke.
Yeah. I watched that whole game. I just simply couldn't believe it.
I know. The shots he made were just, you can't even be mad.
When you go back and watch the 3s he hit, like you can't, like you said, you can't be mad at that.
UK guarded him
Loyola
very
Chicago
well.
did go to the Final Four as an 11 seed with 98-year-old Chaplin's sister Jean.
Sister Jean carried that team.
I looked it up. It was like the 1980, I think it was 1985, Villanova. They were the highest seed. They're an 8 seed who won the chip. That would be. That would be.
I think North Carolina maybe went as an 8 seed.
Yeah, North Carolina wins 8 seed because they beat Duke in the Final Four. Coach K's last year. I was in Mexico to watch the game.
In shambles.
Yeah, it was a scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 8 seed. You're right.
You like their new coach?
Char?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 67-6 in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he's done good.
He's lost 6 games in the past 2 years.
He did lose. He did lose a game that mattered though.
What?
They sold last year.
Oh yeah, definitely a game that mattered.
They had the game put away and they could not hit free throws. They could not play any defense.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess you could point towards the coach some things, but like free
no,
throws not
that
really
was just the
involved.
players.
But I mean,
yeah,
some stuff could have been changed, I guess.
It says Loyola Chicago was lowest seeds to reach the Final Four. Number 11 seeds, LSU in 1986, George Mason in 2006, VCU in 2011, Loyola Chicago 2018, UCLA 2021, NC State 2024. That's crazy because I just now remember that NC State won the play-in and then went to the Final Four. That is nuts. Yeah, that is insane.
Yep, they had to win 5 games in 5 days at the ACC tournament They won the ACC tournament. That's how they got in. They got a bid.
Mm-hmm. Then had to win the play-in.
Are they 8 seed?
I have no idea.
I don't know what they were. If I thought they got an automatic bid to the field since they won their conference, but they still might have given them a play-in just because their record was bad.
2024 NC State run. Let's see this. Because I really think they didn't win the play-in. Oh, yeah. The Wolfpack winning 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC tournament before making an improbable run to the 2024 NCAA Final Four. Led by DJ Burns, DJ Horn, and Coach Kevin Keats? Yeah. Yeah, that is insane.
So they were an 11 seed, so they probably did have to play the play-in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. I forgot about that.
The run ended with a loss to Purdue in the Final Four, making the team's first appearance since 1983.
That was probably Jimmy V.
They beat
Did they win the chip?
They beat number 6 Texas Tech, number 14 Oakland, number 2 Marquette, and number 4 Duke. Yo, they had to
That's a crazy
They had
run.
to go against the Avengers.
Yeah, they did.
That's
really did.
nuts. But yeah, so you said you guys had High Point.
Yeah.
Is that your only upset?
No, I've got a
That's
couple.
probably my only major upset. I like UCF. It's really, I picked 112-5 because I feel like there's always a 12-5 upset, and I don't.
Yeah, that's what my
Pick the right
12-5
one, so-
upset was Akron
And I like
over
that.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech
I have,
beat-
I
They
have,
might get Christian Anderson back though, so that's why I was hesitant to pick that.
I got VCU over North Carolina, and then I'm just saying without Caleb.
Well, I
think
see that,
there's a
and
chance.
when you said that the other day, I was thinking the same thing. So I went back and I looked how long he was out, and I went back and looked at the box scores for like some of those games. I mean, they go toe to toe with the best ACC teams without him.
Yeah.
like they go toe to toe with Clemson, an 8 seed.
But kind of like what Cherry said, there's going to be an upset, and that's one I would, I'm just
That's
throwing
a
down
very
there.
probable one. I completely agree with that. If there's one to happen, I think it's that one.
Yeah.
But the only upsets that I have out of the first round are Utah State over Villanova and Akron over 5. So a 9 and an 8 and a 12 and a 5.
I have Akron all over Texas as well.
I think Akron has great guard play. They run the floor really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think they hit that game winner or something.
Yeah, they had a game
They lost on
where-
or they won on a last second shot in their conference
Yeah.
tournament. So it's like, I think, they're going to keep riding high on, that momentum of them like, oh, we just won that, like kind of we're barely making it, kind of coming along. And I think that they're just going to, make a good first round appearance.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, but yeah, those are the only 2 upsets that I really have.
Yeah, there's not a ton of
the first
upsets. Like especially these past couple of years, it's
Yeah.
not been like
Yeah, there hasn't been a
super,
ton.
like
I did pick
study.
Drake last year, number 10 or 11 Drake over 5 or 6 Missouri.
Yeah.
I sat on my couch in my living room the whole game, just cheering on these dudes like I've been a fan for my entire life.
That is part of March Madness. Like the
That's
people on your bracket, especially the upset, like those teams, like
Yeah.
you cheer for them,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though you haven't known a thing about them.
That's what I don't know. I don't know a single thing about them until Selection Sunday, and then Selection Sunday I know everything about them.
Yeah.
and I just root for them. Yeah, I love it. But when we said that we had something to
Yeah,
something to recollect on,
we need
so
we need to bring this
when
up.
I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I had just gotten home from school or something. And shout out Lane Lunsford, a fan, a friend of the program.
Yeah.
He sent me this old clip when we had Matthew on for the first time.
I think I was sitting in there.
Yeah, so Kentucky had just made it to the Sweet 16.
Like Tennessee.
Yes, it was at my house.
Okay.
So we were recording, and we were like, and that episode was just brutal.
Yeah, that
We were
was
like, oh, Matthew, what do you think about Kentucky making it back to the Sweet 16 first time in X amount of years? Like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
that was like our big topic to
Yeah,
go.
that was like,
That'd be like
we
if
had
asked-
one overarching topic for the whole episode, and that's all he could give us.
That would be like if we asked you about March Madness, and you're like, yeah, I'm very excited, and then we like moved on. We had to move on.
Yeah, we had to find something else to say.
That would-
Yeah, which he got better in the other episode we did where we were in the studio.
I
Tragedy
think I started
struck.
for that one.
Tragedy struck.
And with Houston, that one was a lot better.
Yeah.
that episode
was
was
a
good.
good
He talked a lot in that episode. I think Houston brought that out in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time we ever had Houston on the show.
It was
Oh, it took 20 episodes to get him on.
it did.
It was bad.
It took a long time.
But yeah, so back on topic, we had Matthew on that episode, and Matthew's obviously a big sports guy.
Yeah.
So we're talking to him about some trade deals and obviously March Madness about Kentucky, and it's just when Stephon Diggs got traded to the Patriots.
Okay.
And so we're like, oh yeah, Stephon Diggs got traded to the Patriots, all that. And we're like, I don't know if that's a good move, for the Patriots. I don't think, in recent years, they haven't been that good. I was like, obviously they're a good dynasty. But in recent years, they haven't been that good.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a good move for Stephon Diggs. And I was like, I don't even know who their quarterback is. And Matthew's like, yeah, I don't think I do either. And I was like, actually, no, I think it's Drake May. And he goes, oh, yeah, I think you're right. I'll play the clip so y'all can hear
Yeah.
it.
You think it's Drake May?
It was
so bad.
Yeah. They were a little bit better than we'd anticipated, but our brackets are good. Our brackets are good. Mine is right. Theirs are close. Cherry's like sniffing my tail. But obviously I've got the correct bracket, but it's all good.
Whatever. We'll play. I'll play the clip. To be honest, with the Pats and their history as of recent,
Yeah,
like
very
obviously
bad.
historically they're very good, but I mean
Very bad as of late.
yeah, and I mean adding him, I mean yeah, that's probably gonna help a little bit with their
Who's even their quarterback now?
no idea. I mean they got rid
Yeah,
of Mac.
I couldn't tell you.
I think it's Drake May.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean he's good, so it's hard to judge how good he's really gonna be because he's so young. But still, I don't think it's a good move for.
Yeah, do play the clip.
That
was not our best prediction.
It was terrible, bro. When he sent that to me, and I was like, I don't even know who their quarterback is. It was like Drake May, and then the dude just leads him to a Super Bowl next year. It was so. What are you doing?
It was unscrewed. There we
Okay,
go.
well, I'm glad my prop mic is now screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably
That's our
the
worst-
lowest moment of Thursday Thoughts
That was bad.
in our very short-lived
Yeah.
career. We're over a year old. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
We're over a year old. We posted our first episode on.
You're about out of time.
We are about out of time. You're exactly right. Posted our first episode, pilot, on February 20th.
Dang.
Pretty crazy.
So we've been going for a second. About
Yeah.
a year and a month.
Yeah, about a year and a month.
Every holiday that we go through, we've had the channel for it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's pretty well.
Blessed, beyond blessed for our 65 subs
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Hey, hitting 100 this year.
Yeah, we are
Join
hitting
the-
100 subscribers.
Join the
this year.
cause.
All right,
be
let's
part
move
of
into the verse
something.
because the bell's about to ring for school and we got to get out of here.
That is true.
The verse today is from John chapter 15, verses 4 through 6. It says, "Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned." So I read that probably a few weeks ago. I just finished the Gospel of John, and I thought that was really good because, I mean, in the moment, it spoke to me a lot, just because, like, if you're not, obviously, how he said, like, if I'm the vine, you're the branch. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, but without me, you can do nothing. And I think that's, like, obviously, I think it's a great analogy.
I
in
think
the sense that-
it explains it pretty well in the verse too.
yeah,
What it means.
there's not a whole lot to say about it
Yeah.
as it's put already.
Pretty
Like,
self-explanatory.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
kind of
if-
lay it down.
yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about it, regardless of the fact that it's just I'm the vine, you're the branches. Like,
Yeah.
he is the vine, and without him, there could be no branches that stem off of him.
Yeah.
So he is the one who leads all of us, and we're branches off of him.
And without him, we can do nothing. 'Cause
Exactly.
like it's been said,
Yeah.
our best
But-
works are dirty rags to him.
Yeah, and if we are with him, we will bear much fruit. If we're with him and you stay with him, you will get, all kinds of good. A lot of good stuff will happen to you, and you'll have eternal life.
Mm-hmm.
But without him, you will be thrown
yeah.
out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned.
Yeah.
Which is a great analogy because, if a branch is not on the vine and it's dying,
Yeah, that's what
they
you're gonna
will
do.
burn it.
And
as in burning
that's
in
what
hell.
it makes sense to do.
Yeah.
It makes sense if the vine is dying and not producing any fruit. It makes sense to cut it and burn
Throw it in the fire,
Yeah.
aka hell.
Yeah.
So it's a great analogy, and I just, I think that's kind of a wake up call because like when you relate it to something like that is so literal, I think it's kind of hard to just push it off to the side.
Because like if you just go through this, you thinking like if you take away all the spirituality of it, if you're a farmer and your vine isn't growing anything and it's dying, just cut it off though and fire. Like that makes sense. Like you don't have to be like a
Bible scholar.
Yeah.
To understand.
Yeah, and I'm sure the people like at this time, a lot of them were farmers and stuff. So I'm sure this analogy made a ton of sense to them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you see how much like sense that makes, then when you apply like the spiritual layer, it makes sense and things easier to comprehend.
Yeah. I got nothing else. You got anything you want to say,
All right.
Mr. Bible Scholar?
Yeah.
March Madness scholar.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming back to the show.
Yep.
And we hope your brackets are as good as ours.
Yep.
They won't be.
They won't be, I promise.
These
you
are the
that.
best 3 brackets. You'll see us on the leaderboard.
Yep. You can go look at all the
yeah.
leaderboards. You'll find us there.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Just whatever it says, believe it's me.
Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys coming back to the show, and good luck on your brackets. See you later.
See ya.